Hey, Pushnet, new little video. It's been a while that I didn't do one. As I'll show you here, this is what I've been busy with. The video is coming, but I've been working on stuff. It works at 95%, but the other 5% is pretty hard at working, so and soon it will work. But I wanted to do a quick medical video. So I finally got my herd kits, and so basically this is all my stuff here. What I did is I showed the books in the past. So there's two books that I was going to study with. I added up the Botany in a Day, which I had from in the past, and basically what I did to practice, and this is I'm going to start today. So basically what I'll be doing is I'll read a paragraph, well, the chapter of this book on whatever how to prepare X, and I bought from Herb. I'll put the link down, but basically it's a kit. Those guys, Herbal Remedy Kit. I think it's about 70 US, and it comes with its own inscriptions and stuff. The advantage why I did this is basically for $70 you get a whole kit. So they send you the herbs, the containers, all the stuff to make whatever you need to do. So I thought it was the cheapest way to go to practice this. So as I want to practice, and I'll probably screw it up, I didn't want any herbs that are would be worth, like I said, some of them on the list that they send, or I think like $80 for the herbs alone. So as I built up my skills, I would rather do like something cheap, and so for $70 I thought everything was pretty cool. And so basically I'll learn, I'll read the chapter, and then I'll practice. And so today this is so finally I'm kind of taking a break from the radios. It's just I've been pushing hard to finish this project, but I'll be reading today the chapter, and this week, or probably my next day off, I'll be doing the actual recipe on whatever it is. I don't even know which chapter it is, the first one, so but I'll be practicing that. So I wanted to do a quick update on that, and that I received the kits and I received. The other thing I wanted to show, and sadly I kind of like was behind. I should have started the but I burned myself taking some pans off, and I put one of the dressings. Those are the dressing I mentioned in the past, the band-aids. So they're good for a lot of times. They'll be sold as for blisters and stuff, but this is the only band-aid that I have in my kit. I don't have a regular band-aid, because this is the stuff so that you cut yourself that you have a blister or a burn. So this was a burn, about first, second, most first degree blur. It was pretty painful, but superficial, like there was no blistering or anything like this yet, I guess. But do you see the so we'll compare it quickly, but I want to show that to people, because sometimes you could think that there's a normal. So this is how they come when you put them on. So as you can see inside, that's the kind of like the working surface of the dressing. The outside is more like to hold it in place, but that kind of darker skin color is the working area. So this dressing has been on for yeah, there you go. This dressing has been on for about 4 days, I think, now. So you see how it's kind of more puffy and white? That means the dressing is working. So it's not abnormal, it's actually normal. So whatever soup, so yeah, when you buy those, they look hard, but with your body temperature and everything, it kind of creates more like a gel and becomes like a sponge, like this. And what happens is that all fluids and tissues and things like that that kind of work for healing creates this puffiness and this whiteness. So basically this is exactly the same dressing, but as you can see, the color has changed and everything. The outside looks a little bit rough, but still, this is after like showers, working, like I work a few shifts with that and stuff, and it's on the arm. So basically, you know, like I move my arms and my scrubs would be, or my clothes would be rubbing on and stuff, and yet still, you see like the edge are a little bit turned around and stuff. But I wanted to show, because sometimes people may think this is not working, but actually that means it is working. So like I said, I'm on day 4, so I'll leave it for another 4 days, and probably when I take that off, there'll be nothing left. So the trick when you apply those things is to keep it this way. A lot of people, they just apply it like a regular band-aid. The problem is that the outside of the surface works kind of like the glue. It's a little bit like hot glue, as meaning that if you don't apply good heat, those corners will kind of round out. So basically, when I apply on it, and in the middle there's like a double, kind of a double part, as you can see right in the middle. So what I do is I apply the first half, and then you put your finger on it and put some heat, like leave it for 10, 20, even 30 seconds to make sure that that system, that glue, whatever, get activated. A little bit think hot glue. And so if you do that, then it will stick on. Then you apply the other portion and you do exactly the same thing. So if you do that, as you can see here, it won't roll as much, it won't tick it off and everything. When you apply them on fingers, where they have tendency to come out by friction, because again, those round stuff will kind of come out. So if, for example, if you wash your hands or you put gloves in and out, like where I do a lot of work, I'll put a little bit of Coban around just to protect the edge. It's not so much for the dressing itself, but to protect from this friction movements that kind of rolls the sides and basically make the dressing come out. But if you apply good heat, just like here on your dressing, it stays on. And this is after, like, I just came out of the shower, and so as you can see, water just pearled. There's nothing, it's waterproof, it's not affecting anything of the dressings and stuff. You can see it's getting old a little bit on the edge there, but it's been on for 4 days with regular use, like getting dressed and taking showers and stuff like that. But again, what I really wanted to point out is that puffiness and white stuff, which is normal, meaning that the dressing is working. If you have a lot of exudate, those dressing won't be very good, because there's a limit of how much they can absorb. But for small laceration, burns, little small blisters, they're awesome for that. And so this is why I replaced those for Band-Aid. If I would have put a regular Band-Aid on that, I probably would have changed 4 or 5 or even more time than that now. The other thing too is that it was superficial burn, but it was kind of painful, like to the air contact. And when I applied this on, basically it covers it, because it's the nerve, because basically you got your skin off your nerve, and so when you burn it or something happens, those comes out, and then you have those nerves, and so that's what creates that pain when the air comes on contact with this. Well, this puts a barrier again on the nerve, and so then the pain kind of goes away. So basically I don't feel anything, and again, that rubbing could be painful by having like t-shirts and scrubs and stuff like this, but because this is kind of has a little bit of layers to it, I don't feel anything when it rubs in. So basically when I take this, and again 4 days, it'll be fully healed and everything up. So anyway, I wanted to do a quick video, show that, because I talked about those dressings in the past and why I choose them, but I wanted to show one in the action and that white stuff, because people could mistake it as it's there's a reaction or something, but that's totally normal. Anyway, that was the video, and the herb stuff will come soon, and some more stuff on radio once I figured out what's not working with my little TNC, and we'll talk to you soon.